gorgeous Washaya Wellness Warriors, and welcome back to Becoming Serenity. I know it's been a while, but it's for good reason, because a lot of things have shifted for the better, and I feel like Washaya is going in a beautiful direction, because now there is a lot more clarity, a lot more support in like my back end, and I will talk more about this in Behind the Waves. But for now, I just want to welcome you back, because here is where your life gets to be softer. The pace of life gets to slow down, and who you are gets to be seen in every single way and celebrated. If you're new here, or if you've been with me for a little while, allow me to reintroduce myself in this season of my evolution. I am Lauren, your sound healing doula. I am Lauren, your sound healing doula, your ocean whispering guide, and the soft, steady voice beside you as you navigate the varying pathways of conscious conception, pregnancy, baby loss, creation, and becoming the mother that you've always felt has been calling your name. I'm here for the soul-led woman who has lived her life in that high-achieving space and that world that just seems to feel like high-achieving is the only way to not only display your success, but feeling it internally as well. I'm here for the woman who knows how to get things done and who knows how to hold and carry the world, but she also feels the quiet and aching desire to melt into a gentler way of existing. I am here to serve the woman who is unwinding and unraveling her old patterns and ways of thinking, the type A conditioning, the corporate speed survival mode, and I help her to remember that there is in fact a slower and deeper rhythm connected to her. I'm here for the woman who is spiritually awake, deeply intuitive, and she's done trying to squeeze herself into a life that never really fit how soft she is at her core. She is unraveling, but not spiraling. She is becoming and unbecoming in the process. She's opening the sacred womb portals that call in babies, healing, business ideas, other sacred creations, and new chapters that feel like they were written for her soul from the very beginning. And in my world, you get to move through grief in a way that feels deeply supportive. You get to breathe your way back into your body, and you get to feel your womb speak again. And you also get to re-emerge as many times as you want into a version of yourself that feels ancient and brand new simultaneously. That is who I am. That is who I serve. And that's what becoming Serenity is for. So, what exactly is shifting? So, as you might have noticed, in the past, the episodes are still up, there has been a time where I would post and then I would fall off. And it's just because life got in the way, chronic pain was at the forefront, and I was just needing to manage that first and foremost before being able to show up as a part of my business that I really cared about, because the audio side, me talking about things that I'm passionate about, it's something I love doing. But when I don't feel my best, it's reflected through not only my work, but also you can tell that I'm not feeling great through my voice. And it got to a point where I felt very overwhelmed with trying to adjust my voice to fit how I wanted to show up. So, to kind of help with you having the content that I have spent a while thinking about and channeling and really organizing, I want to make sure that I'm putting out content so that you guys can start to really learn from me and have stuff to absorb and consume in my world, because that's one of the biggest reasons why I set up Washaya, because I want other people to feel the magic that I experience when I think about my business and while I work in it, to create this magical world that you can kind of leave your stress and your worries at the door, and you just come in, put your headphones on, and it's this immersive experience, right? I want other people to have that experience, and I've noticed that it won't necessarily happen if I'm not putting out content. So let me figure that out. And yeah, so this is the next wave of inspiration, and the word wave here is very, very important. So as we are continuing this journey together, the podcast is gently evolving in the same way that you are. Whether you are listening to my podcast or not, you are more than likely evolving in some way. And I wanted the way that this podcast works and it transforms and kind of lives in the world of Washaya. I want it to emulate the way in which Washaya exists. So from the next episode onwards, Becoming Serenity will be dropping in 12 episode bundles. The reason that I felt like this was something that was really needed was it can take many times for somebody to really get a feel for me and my energy. And yes, there are going to be the women who come into my space and hear what I have to say, and they're like, yes, yes, yes. But I understand that there are also others who may need a little bit of extra time to process things and make their own decisions as to whether working with me or just being in my world would be a right fit for them. And I thought, okay, so if I give you access to 12 episode bundles every so often, they're going to be coming, they won't be coming every 12 weeks, but if you feel like listening to one episode a week is right for you, then you have that option and you have that time to kind of implement things, think about what is right for you, and then moving forward you have these things to support you. You have these episodes and these you have these insights to give you extra support while you are transitioning and making the adjustments to your world to allow me to come in and support you further. These 12 episode bundles are going to be known as waves. So the start of the next episode is going to be wave 1. And this is going to be so beautiful because each wave for the Becoming Serenity podcast is themed, and I'm so excited for what is actually coming in the next sort of like, I want to say the next 6 months to a year. I'm so excited for everybody who's wanting to like figure out if Washaya being in their world is something that they want to do and something they want to be a part of. I'm just so excited for you guys to all just hear what has already come through and what continues to come through me, and that I want to share. What these themes are they are like little moments where you get to have your own immersive experience before investing in any of the services and experiences that I offer. And with this, you have that security of knowing that there are 12 episodes that you can move through at your own pace. So just to kind of give you a bit of a look forward at what to expect, so there is going to be a section for conscious conception as like the umbrella term, and then there's going to be a bundle for womb healing and grief, and then there'll be others around pregnancy loss and corporate deconditioning. And these themes are all centered around the beating heart of Washaya and why I set it up and why I felt like Washaya was the next step for me and why I had to get serious about what it was that I was doing. Okay, so as we kind of go through each of these themes and as they drop, you'll very soon start to see the picture, the bigger picture being built around Washaya, and hopefully you can then decide what you feel is right for you, because you can pick a theme and say like, this is where I feel like I am right now, or this is where I feel like I need to go next. I'm feeling called to focus on the spirit baby connection element to this podcast, and then you will have the next steps if it feels right for you. But if not, you can move on to a different area. or you can just continue to listen and integrate the moments that I've been sharing about spirit baby connection as an example. So the idea behind this is that each bundle gets to feel like its own mini experience, and the aim is that you go into it intentionally. It's not just a random episode with a random name that doesn't really have much of a cohesive nature to it. It's more so a place where you're like, okay, where do I feel like I am right now, and where would I like to be in 12 weeks or in a week, or like a couple of weeks if you are somebody who likes to listen to audios and you like to listen to them all at the same time. So kind of thinking about the audios and how they can support you is going to be really, really important going through this experience. So as you are entering each of those spaces with intention, you will also leave with deeper clarity. And deeper clarity doesn't always mean, yes, this is right for me. It might be, okay, this section may not be right for me. I need something else right now, and I want something else right now. That clarity has come from you coming into my space and experiencing what I have to share with you in that moment. So the clarity is something that happens when you are in my world, regardless of your intention kind of going into it. And even if it's I don't have a concrete intention, you can go in with the intention of, let's see how I feel about starting in this particular area. And another thing that kind of happens is you leave these spaces with a sense of being more embodied in your own magic. And it's not to say that my magic is the only way. It's not. But my magic can and does facilitate a lot of other women finding their own magic and using and working with my magic to support their own growth and evolution, depending on where they are in their own journey. So this new rhythm will allow me to guide you with a lot more intention and to weave these shares a lot more cohesively and having more of a plan, so it's more predictable, not only for me but for you coming into my world, or for those of you who have already come into my world and you're like, Lauren, what next? I want to allow you to feel as though you can stay in my world, and I am getting better at communicating what's coming up next, because again, on the back end of it, kind of like behind the waves, I now know what's coming up, so I can communicate that with you, and that feels very good. And it's not something now that I feel like it feels really good right now and then in a couple of months it won't feel good. It feels good for Washaya, it feels good for me, so that I can help you feel even better. And it also allows me to really meet you where you are with depth, using the brand as like a lighthouse to say, hey, if you want to feel like this, I am the person to help you get there, and here are some beautiful ways in which I can help you, because you deserve it. Right. Whew. Thank you ever so much for being here with me today. Thank you for allowing my voice to be one of the many that hold you on and through your path. Thank you also to you for trusting yourself enough to keep an open mind, to keep your world in a softer place, like softening your heart as well, and to keep coming back to the place that calms you. We are definitely stepping into a new wave together, and I can't wait to share the first 12 episode wave with you. Until next time, I will see you soon.